taken from their homelands and imprisoned on reservations. This was the plight of the Native American people. The government of the United States had been able to successfully detain nearly all natives on reservations, usually land so poor that white men had no use for it. Rations and supplies that were guaranteed to them by treaties were often rancid and in short supply. It seemed that the tribes had lost the will to fight, and any hopes of resistance had been crushed by the United States military. Poverty amongst the native peoples was widespread, and many were forced into assimilation of American society. Railroads brought waves of settlers into former native lands. The standard of life had become so poor for the Indians that conditions were ripe for a major uprising.
I have traveled from other worlds and tribes. A new renaissance is coming. We must perform ritual in order to make it count.
I was taken into the spirit world, where I saw dead ancestors alive and well, and saw all natives being taken up into the sky. The erstwhile all whites and all dead Indians were resurrected to enjoy a world free of their conquerors. The natives, along with their ancestors, were put back upon the earth to live in peace. I had received instructions from God that by dancing the round dance continuously, the dream would become a reality.
In 1870, a man named Wadziwab claimed to have traveled to another world, where spirits told him that a new golden age of the Native Americans would come about. He declared that a new paradise for tribes could be achieved with the performing of the ghost dance. Wadziwab's prophecy had spread to other tribes, but after years of performing the ghost dance, the Native Americans were still waiting for this paradise to come. By 1890, nearly 3,000 members of the 7th Cavalry arrived to protect the settlers. In mid-November, an army detachment arrived at the Pine Ridge Reservation to suppress the armed uprising they feared was coming. A sizable detachment of military troops were dispatched to prepare for any possible uprising. The U.S. Army, unknowing of what purpose the ghost dance served to the native peoples, decided to try and destroy the sacred ritual. This was the cause of the Wounded Knee Massacre. The U.S. militarily indiscriminately killed hundreds of women, men, and children. This crushed any hope that the Native Americans had of ever regaining their lost land. And as news of Wounded Knee spread throughout the other native nations, the ghost dance quickly died out of fear that they might meet a similar fate. Wovoka's prophecies proved to be empty. The land would not be regained from the white men through divine intervention. The natives' beliefs in such spiritual protections, such as ghost shirts, which did not protect them from bullets, and none of the fallen soldiers had returned to the world of the living. After this, the Indians no longer continued to practice the ghost dance.